Living at the Jersey Shore is always amazing. Not for the fact that you can go to the beach anytime you want, go to the boardwalk, go to the water park, get whatever ice cream you want, play some video games. All that aside, living right at the shore means you get to see and experience things no one else really gets to see unless they live at the shore. I'm talking about watching the dolphins jump out of the water, looking at the whales as they go by, because you could take the Cape May whale watcher out there and watch them jump up and you're like, wait a minute, this is off of our coast? You're able to see all these different kind of marine life come up, whether it's a barracuda or those scary looking, I think they're Portuguese man-o'-wars. Don't ever touch them, by the way. And what happened during today's filming is something that I have never seen before. It's something that either I haven't seen because I wasn't always flying, or it's something that I don't think anyone has reported on, and that is a school of fish. Yeah, from the sky, it looks like a weird seagull, but let's go ahead and break down what I saw in the footage that I got. Before we get started, make sure you subscribe, you turn on notifications, and you give this video a thumbs up. A special thank you out to my patrons on patreon.com. It's because of them we can make fun videos like this for the past 10 years. If you want to support this channel, have your name at the end of the video and or get other cool things such as free pins and things like that, go ahead and click the links in the description below. Anyway, let's get started. Join me on Sunday, August 25th, as we do a meet and greet. This year is 10 years of the Wildwood Video Archive. We're almost at 100,000 subscribers, so I figured I want to meet you guys. We've been friends for 10 years, so make sure you take some time to stop by and say hi. This video is sponsored by Cluster's handcrafted popcorn of Wildwood. Fresh gourmet popcorn made daily in mouth-watering flavors like white cheddar, toasted coconut, and garlic parmesan. Visit Clusters on the Wildwood Boardwalk between Wildwood and Oak Avenue, or at clusterspopcornwildwood.com for a delightful Clusters experience. So make sure you join us for the meet and greet and stop by and see Clusters, man. That stuff, I have to stop going there. I feel like I gained like 10 pounds this summer by stopping by, but not only is the popcorn great, they're always friendly in there. Anyway, this video I'm going to show you is from July 4th weekend. I was hired to do a couple shots, and that weekend, I knew the weather was going to be a little funky, and so I wanted to put the seagull in the sky to get some really good shots. The beach had just reopened. We kind of went through that weird phase where for the first like 3 weeks of June, the water was like crystal blue. It was such a strange situation. The reason why it was so blue was the fact that when we don't have rain here, that means the rivers, whether it be the Hudson River up north or the Delaware down south, that all kind of gets flooded in with rainwater from our streets. Every time you put a chemical down, anytime you wash your car, that all goes into a certain area. And when it doesn't rain, it just sits there, which means the Delaware River, the Delaware Bay, and the Hudson River are a lot cleaner because that stuff is not spewing into the rivers and in turn would then spew out into our beaches. When that happens, plankton's able to grow, things happen which clear up the water, and it makes the water super, super clear. That, along with water coming from deep waters coming in, create that awesome blue color. Something that we really don't get a lot here. It happens maybe once a summer for like a few days, but this summer we had it for like 3 weeks. And so at the first week of July, we sort of still had that blue, but it wasn't as intense. Mostly because the dredging was going on and was picking up soot and other kind of sand and kind of pushing it down a little bit. So it wasn't as pretty, but I put the drone up to get the footage. And as I was heading towards Wildwood from 26th Street, I noticed something in the distance. Now I'm going to play the footage as I'm talking so you have a good understanding of what it is. At first, I saw dolphins playing in the left-hand side of the video. And as I'm going, I'm realizing, what is this? Is this seaweed? What is going on here? And then I stopped, and I'm looking at this, and I'm realizing it is a school of fish. Something I've never seen on the Jersey coast. Now, granted, they are there. It's just sometimes the water is so brown. Not to say it's dirty, it's just it's brown because of everything kind of filling in. You don't really see stuff like this. And so, from the street level, you see these fish jumping out. And you see a bunch of seagulls and a bunch of dolphins. And you're like, what on earth? But looking above it, you can see perfectly, these are fish eating. Now, I put a couple photos online letting people know, like, look what I found, what is going on here. It looked like a seagull the way that they were filming, but it really was thousands and thousands of fish, which sparked the question, what kind of fish are in that school of fish? And it's so funny, I didn't realize it was going to start a major argument with everyone, because you either had one or two columns you fell into. Either you were saying they were blues, or you had other people saying that it was bunker. It's either you had one of those two guesses in the comment section, and I truly wanted to get an answer for you. To the point to where I said, you know, I'm going to go in the water with my flounder, which is what we call our underwater camera, because it goes down when we go crabbing and it looks like a flounder underneath like this. Anyway, and I wanted to go in there to go swimming, to go swim into the pack, to try to take a video underwater showcasing these fish, but I was unable to do that. They were pretty deep. It was probably about 10 feet of water, and every time I got out over there, they moved. So they started, I want to say, like maybe 3 or 4 blocks into Wildwood, heading south, and then by the time I was done, they were all the way down to like 19th Street. I just couldn't keep up with them, which made a lot of this footage you're seeing kind of goofy, because I went in there and was getting murdered by the water. I was getting smashed and pushed around. So I couldn't get a video of what exactly I was seeing and what you guys were seeing besides what we saw from the drone. And at the same time, it was starting to get foggy and cloudy, so the drone footage wasn't getting any better, which was like, come on, really? Like, we couldn't figure this out? We couldn't get the perfect shot for this? That being said, afterwards, I started asking around. I went to a lot of my friends who know a lot about fish, and they said blues usually eat smaller fish. Think of like silver sides, for example. While bunker, they eat plankton. And it was around that time where the water was starting to change. From the looks of it, it looks like these bunkers, or the bunker, what do you want to call it? Like, what's the plural of bunker? Bunkers? Just bunker. Let's call it bunker. Came up, and they were pushing the plankton as a group together, and they were eating everything up as they were heading down the coast. Now, that is what their guess was. Unfortunately, unless you're able to kind of see it well enough, you know, to see a fish out of water jumping, there's no way to know. Now, remember that blues have those sharp teeth. They are things that people do catch off of our beach. Bunker, I mean, they don't really have teeth. They go after plankton. So I really don't know what they could be. I mean, I would say that they are bunker from the looks of it. But once again, unless you caught one, unless you get a good enough image of one, there's no way of knowing. And looking at my video, it was at the point to where the sun was in the clouds, you really couldn't see much. So unfortunately, I don't really have an answer on what kind of fish was swimming as a school right off of our beaches. But I have to say, it's pretty cool. But for those who are saying that it could be bluefish, remember that dolphins eat smaller fish. And I believe that it's possible that the dolphin, they were trying to maybe eat the same fish the blues are going after. I know, right? It's kind of hard to know unless you had one in your hands and go, oh, this is what it was. That's why I tried to go swimming and it just didn't work out. All that being said, in the comment section below, let me know who or what you think those fish were. Were they blues or was it bunker? I want to thank you for joining me. If you haven't done so yet, please subscribe, turn on notifications, and give this video a thumbs up. I'm Joey. Stay safe. I'll see you later. Bye.